All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to ITF Live. I can't really call it late night live because it's the afternoon right now, but I have Williamsville East goalie Matthew Small on with me today. How's it going, Matt?
Hey, thanks for having me on, Melissa. It's awesome to be here.
Yeah, awesome. Good to have you. So we're going to talk a little bit about Williamsville East hockey, a little bit about yesterday's awesome news because we're all pretty excited for that,
Um,
um, and then about a little bit about the Bills tomorrow too, because obviously that's
yeah,
what's on
yeah, of
all of our
course.
minds right now. So I guess if you want to start, with what we found out yesterday. So just to kind of recap, we found out that starting February 1st, according to the state, high risk sports, which for winter sports is hockey, basketball, and wrestling, are allowed to start practices and play games starting February 1st. We're still waiting on the county's approval to for that to actually, be for sure a go ahead. But as far as the state is concerned, we're allowed to go with that. So, how did you find out, and just kind of what was your first reaction when you first heard the news yesterday?
Yeah, it's great news. I just got home from school. I checked my phone and the group chat's going. The boys were just so stoked and we're so pumped. We've been waiting a while. We've been disappointed, but we're ready to go. We just want a season. We just want to play hockey. We just want to play with each other, really. So definitely great news, and I'm sure boys are gonna be ready and take advantage. So ready to go.
Awesome. Um, and then when you what was I going to ask? When we haven't been able to have sports for a while, what have you kind of been able to do just to kind of keep yourself in shape and stay prepared for the season?
Yeah, I mean it's been a long off season. This off season pretty much started when COVID started back in March. Initially, guys were putting together some plans to, work out at home, do whatever they can. I think, once we got in the summer, we started getting skates together. I think our captains, McCarthy did a great job. Brennan, that is, trying to just get us together, getting on the ice, just, informal stuff. For me, it looked like, once the summer started up, getting on the ice and working, with my goalie coaches, working with the goalie school, Janos, Bob Janos's school, really seen some progress for me. I know my coach for East, Mastretta, he's just done a great job with me, really refining my game, really, coaching me up. So really what it looked like was a lot of camps, a lot of clinics, really working on my skating, my tracking. And that just, it boiled down to, the travel season. I'm on Amherst 18 doubles. So, a couple guys from East are on that team, but, we couldn't play, we were just practicing. So, it's been a long off season, but I think we're ready. I think we're ready to play and, ready to play. So I'm pumped. I'm excited.
Yeah, awesome. And like I said, we're still waiting on the county's actual approval. I haven't heard anything new on that, but I will, update everybody, post anything I hear regarding that. But it looks like, according to West Seneca West Hockey's Twitter account yesterday, that we might have like an 8 game season is what it looks like they might kind of work on, which was what happened in the fall too with a couple sports, just to get anything in. I'm sure you guys are happy for that, but
Yeah.
just what are you kind of looking at in terms of that, if that is what our season looks like?
Yeah. I think the shortened season, obviously it's less games, but for us, I think, for us to take advantage. And I think we can do that because it's really a similar nucleus to, what our team was last year. Obviously we had a group of seniors graduate and, we missed them. They contributed to our team a lot, but we're turning two Bauman Cup selections, both our captains this year, Brian McCarthy and Aiden Woj, and they're going to be huge for us. I mean, McCarthy, he's a special player. I know you've been around him a lot, but just the way he attacks, and he's, for his size, you would think that he's an East and West player, but really he's a vertical player, and he really attacks defensemen, and I've gotten to play against him a lot, this year because we just been practicing, and there's sometimes when it's not fun, but no, it's awesome competing against him, and he's so competitive, so it's awesome. And then Woj is a guy, defenseman, who's just really sound as a skater, as a defenseman, really smart. I think he has such a great grasp on the game. He's been around the game his whole life, really. And then looking down the lineup, I think like I said, it's really a similar team with guys like DiFilippo, Mancuso, Cannon Cavalieri, a junior, and then our D-core with Stevens, Scallione, Woj, Lichtenthal. So we got a lot of returners. So I'm really excited for what our team's going to look like.
All right, awesome. And tell us about the goalie situation for you guys.
Yeah, it's a competition, of course. It always is. Joe Amici was our senior goalie last year, who was our starter, and he was awesome for us. I think he was a second team all division or section pick. But what it's looking like is a competition. With me being a senior, and then down the line we got guys like Adam Gigi, returner from last year. He was a sophomore last year who he put up some minutes for us and played some good hockey for us. And then we got Luke Freiling coming back in the mix, which is awesome for us. A guy with Amherst, and then we also got Phoenix Krosic, the guy who played JV last year, Andrew Jacobson, and we got a freshman transfer from Ellicottville, Tyler Pritchard. So we got a good goalie group, and there's always competition going on at that position, and that's what it's looking like, and that's what it should be. And I'm really excited to compete. And personally, my goal is to win and start and carry the load throughout the playoffs and the season. But I'm really excited for our group.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I guess plenty of depth there at the goaltender position then, huh?
Yeah.
And I know it feels like it's been forever since last season. I know we talked about it yesterday. You guys lost. Do you feel like it was a little too early in the playoffs? Felt like you could have gone a little bit further. I looked back on that game last night, and it was, you guys were down 2-0, came back and tied it, and then still kind of lost it late. But how does that game kind of leave you hungry for this year? And what do you know about some of your opponents going into this year?
Well, definitely. I think it was a disappointing end of our season. First round exit. That had to be the first time in a long time for our program. But it was a crazy game, and I wish we got more playoffs games because those were so much fun. We were down 2-0, down early, and I just remember Mendola scoring on the power play for us, and then McCarthy with a dynamic goal. The electrifying player that he is, like I said. And it was a crazy game, and it hurts that we lost that one. Still, I think about that game sometimes. But going into next year, as far as Division II goes, it's always competitive. A lot of teams, a lot of parity, I think is the right word there. And you saw that last year with, I think 10 teams could have won it. So once we lost, I was kind of rooting for Starpoint. I have a buddy on Starpoint last year, Ryan Kelly. So he graduated, but I was happy for him that they won because I played travel with him, with Parents Mustangs. Yeah. So I was rooting for him, and he was awesome for them. And then you look at, Will South is a team that really put it together and had a great team last year. And I think they're returning a lot of their team this year. And down the line, teams like Newport, Hamburg, Sweet Home, Ken West, I don't want to leave anyone out because that's disrespectful. A lot of teams, a lot of good players, and I'm excited. I don't know what exactly the schedule will look like, but whoever we play, we got to bring it every night because that's what Fed hockey is.
Yeah, I learned that from the very beginning when I first started covering Fed hockey. That's always been one of my favorite things. Like you said, just the parity and just knowing that any team could win on any night. And you see it during the season, you see it in the playoffs, and it's just, it keeps it exciting and, kind of keeps you entertained through the whole thing, too. Um, and then I know I had another question. Oh, yeah, you kind of getting away from hockey a little bit. You mentioned that you were the captain of the EC of Red, the student section. You want to tell us a little bit about that? And then, especially with this year, I know it's been a little bit tough with that, not being able to be out there as a student section supporting your team. And to be honest, that's one of my favorite parts of covering the games too, is seeing the student section, seeing how involved everybody gets with it. So if you want to talk about that a little bit, take it away.
Yeah, I remember it was, late June last year. I got a text from my buddy Aiden Comerford. He was last year's one of the Sea of Red leaders, and he just texted me and he said, I wanna, give you this honor, and that was a huge honor for me. I wanted to be a Sea of Red leader for a while now, probably since my freshman year. I just remember, how cool it was, seeing, Sea of Red leaders getting everyone hyped and out to the games. And, this year it's, obviously, we haven't really had any Sea of Red, except soccer. We had a good turnout for a few of the soccer games. But I miss it. I miss going to football games. I miss the basketball too. I miss, having Sea of Red and for hockey. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I've tried to stay active on the Twitter. I sent a little chirp out to South, all fun and games, but I think, they said something to our Twitter last year. So I you can go check it out. I said something like, we beat them in soccer, both soccer teams and field hockey. So just trying to stay engaged and, also, starting a little bit with the Bills, just to try to keep it active. And now I'm sure with sports starting back up and, we'll see what it looks like. And, if we can, for sure, Steve Red will be in the stands. So we're excited for that.
Awesome. And then I just want to kind of give you the floor here a little bit, just if there's anything else about hockey student section, just, being a high school athlete in the middle of everything that's going on. If there's anything else you want to talk about that, I just want to make sure I don't, cut you off with anything.
Yeah. It's crazy. I don't really know if I have much else to say. I just think, Fed, Will East, we'll be ready. We're excited. So we're excited to play, and that's it really. I think we touched on it all, Melissa.
All right, awesome. So tomorrow, obviously, big day for all of Buffalo. I've just loved seeing the way that this whole city has just come alive with the Bills doing so well. And I think in the middle of everything that's going on, with student athletes, with just everything in the state, and then obviously around here, it's just kind of something we've needed just to see how well the Bills are doing this year. So going in tomorrow against the Chiefs, looks like Mahomes will be back. How do you feel about that, first of all? I know there was, I saw a little bit from each side, but I think the majority of people are like, no, we want to face Mahomes. We want to say that we faced the best. So what are your thoughts on that? We'll start with that.
Yeah. To me, it doesn't matter. You play, you play whoever's on the field. I think he still has a concussion. I think the protocol is I've read a little bit about it, but just seeing how I watched it live. I saw him got up and he's literally jello, the guy, and also he has a toe problem too. So I don't know. We'll see what he looks like tomorrow. We'll see if his brain, if he can process things as fast as he normally does. And also the toe, that's probably a killer. Trying to move around. So, but it doesn't really matter. Their Chiefs are a great team, but the Bills are too. So, I'm sure it'll be a classic. That's what I'm calling it. Instant classic.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And what do the Bills need to do going into tomorrow?
They gotta keep playing their best football, and I think that's what they've been doing. The Bills they're playing their best football right now. I think we were all kind of thinking after that the Hal Murray game. I was kind of thinking, can they run the table? And they did. They've been running the table ever since then. So, with the Chiefs, I think they've been playing some tight games, and that's probably pretty normal considering they won the Super Bowl last year. But from what I've been looking at, like everyone's picking the Chiefs. It's weird. I go on, but that's normal. Everyone picking the Chiefs, but that's what you want. So I'm excited. I'm excited for see Josh Allen play because who doesn't love watching Diggs and Allen play, and should be a great game. Like I said, so really excited.
Yeah. Who's your favorite player on the team and why?
Is this a non-Josh Allen player? I
I
think
should
I
say
think
non.
that's the
Yeah, I
way.
should say besides
Gotta
Josh Allen.
gotta non-Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I'll say Jordan Poyer,
Okay.
safety. He's just how competitive he is, just how gritty he is. I've been following him for a while now since we first acquired him, but I just love his spirit and the way he attacks. Football wise, in the run game as a safety, just getting in the box and making plays, and he's fun to watch, and it's a good player to have back there. But you can't go wrong with any of them. They're all like my brothers. Like I love Jerry Hughes, I love Deion Dawkins. Diggs in is kind of a given. So I try to stay away from Diggs as my answer. I have a Tremaine Edmonds jersey too, so I'm a big Bills fan. I love the Bills. I love everyone on the Bills, man. And Coach McDermott, he's I would honestly answer him, in a way. Just I've actually taken a lot of his kind of mantra about the process and when it comes to me and whatever I'm doing, whether it's hockey or school. So I've learned a lot from following the Bills, actually.
Yeah, yeah, I think I have too, and I love what he's done with this team, and I love just it just seems like they are really just a big family, and they're all best friends, and everyone loves each other, and that's been a really fun part of watching this whole season too. I have a Josh Allen jersey because I think you have to have one of those in Buffalo at this
Yeah,
point.
I did too. I got one from my birthday.
But then
I got
I have a jersey of Micah Hyde and one of Gabriel
okay.
Davis. So,
Okay.
but I got the Gabe Davis jersey like last week, and now it looks like he might not play this week. So
Yeah, I know. That's
that'll
too
be
bad.
interesting. I know. What else am I leaving out with the Bills? I mean,
I don't
just
know. Well, speaking, I'm just thinking since you said you bought Gabe Davis shirt right before he got hurt, that reminds me of earlier in the year. Well, I had Tremaine Edmonds jersey, like I said, and then I actually got that jersey signed last year,
hmm
and then week one he hurt his shoulder. But to me, the reason was because my sister went and took the jersey out of my closet and put it on my dog while I was at my grandma's house. So I was pretty mad at her, and there was nothing I could do about it because no one in my family was taking my side. So I ended up calling like One Bills Live, like Tasker and Chris Brown. I'll show you the video. I thought it was funny, but I was not pleased with my sister for that. So
oh yeah, no.
yeah, so had to find a way to get back. Knowing my family was taking my side.
So as a sports fan and as an athlete, are you a little superstitious?
Yeah, I've tried to get away from it a little. I think sometimes I'm too superstitious. Like last year, I had a superstition that, driving to the Northtown Center, like the more green lights I'd hit, like the better I play, or like the better parking spot I got, the better I play. So one of the games, the route I take, I go like pretty much Maple Transit to the Northtown Center. So one game I hit every green light on Maple. So I was like, I'm gonna have a great game, and it was one game I thought I was starting, but then I didn't get the start anyway. So I was like, okay, maybe it's a good thing I was thinking I was gonna play great because I was hitting green lights. Yeah, obviously none of this matters. And then another game, I got like the best parking spot at the Northtown Center, like the one right. Like you got to know which spot this is. It's like right there, like right in the
Front or the
Olympic
back?
lot in the
Okay.
front.
Okay.
It's like it's just the best parking spot. And then I started that game, but I didn't finish the game. So
Oh
I
man.
try to get away from the superstitions. I think routines are good for a goalie, but if you think like you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this, and then like one like little thing, if it gets in your own head, then it's not healthy for you. So I think there's a line you got to draw with the superstitions. And as a goalie, your job is to, obviously it's an emotional game and position, but you got to kind of, stay in the middle, not get too high, not get too low. And, if you let the superstitions affect you, there's already so many things you gotta try to do as a goalie. So, you can't control really everything. So just, focus on what you can control.
Yeah, because it's hockey, and especially as a goalie, is very much a mental game, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like you were
absolutely.
saying, if you let the superstitions affect that too much, you're just kind of you
Yeah.
mess yourself up. You mess yourself up a little bit more. So I was just trying to catch my cat here because I still
Oh
think it's
yeah.
funny. I got her the day after the Hail Murray game.
Oh
So
yeah.
the Bills have
So
not lost a
that's a good
game
omen.
since I've had her. So someone asked me a couple weeks ago, though, they go, "So what happens if they lose now?" And I was like, "No, she's not going."
The Bills are undefeated when I watch the game from my family room couch.
Okay, there you go.
So the first two games I was at my grandma's house. The third game I was in my basement because I had COVID, so I had to watch the game from my basement.
Yeah.
So Bills are undefeated when I watch from over here. So we'll see what
Oh.
happens. I'm gonna just news flash. I'm gonna watch the game from over here tomorrow.
All right, so that
So
should be a lock tomorrow.
yeah.
um, anything else I'm leaving out? Bills, student athlete, anything you can think of?
Senior year, I guess. What's up, Cat? What's his name?
This is Belle.
Bell?
Yep.
Le'Veon Bell or like Christmas Bell?
Like Belle, like Princess Belle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a girl.
Okay.
It was kind of funny because the rescuer I got her, they actually named her Melissa. So I saw her
Oh,
and I was
really?
like, well, it's meant to be.
Fun.
But then I was like, it'll be a little weird if we have the same name. So, but yeah.
Um, yeah, nothing else really. Senior year, I think it's been a slow year. Just it's been different. Usually the winter, it's crazy. You're going from rink to rink, and you got concerts and a lot of school and stuff. And this year it's been a little bland. So I'm excited, because I got all, obviously the college. Me being a senior, you got the college stuff going on, which at this point there's really nothing you can do to control it. And
Hmm.
I think what happens is the more you think about it, the more you're manifesting, I haven't really had hockey to take that off my mind. So I think it'll be good for a lot of us, just to get out to the rink, and play with each other. And I think I'm really, really excited. So great news, obviously yesterday. I can't thank enough, the people involved and trying to get us a season. I know there's been a lot of advocates, and I think I probably should have advocated a little more. I've been a little quiet on the Twitter end. I haven't really abused the Sea of Red powers yet, so maybe I should try to abuse those a little more. But I'm excited, stoked, and I'm sure I can speak for the rest of the boys. And I hope you get out to a lot of Will East games this year, and I hope there's a lot of Will East games you're out to very late in the season. Very late, make a deep run, because
Yeah.
that's what we should do.
Yeah, I definitely wish you guys the best of luck this year. I can't, say that I'm rooting one way or another, but yeah, definitely. But good luck during the regular season. I'll make sure I get out as much as I can. I'll get out for as many season previews as I can. I know, we don't know what things will look like with spectators either at basketball and hockey games, but so we'll kind of see. Just gonna kind of have to play it by ear, but I know that we're all kind of thankful for just whatever we can have at this point. So,
Of course.
yeah. So yeah, again, thanks for coming on today, and
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
yeah, thank you for your
Yeah.
time, and thank you
Thanks.
everyone
Go
for
Bills.
watching.
Go Flames.
Go Bills. All right.
All right. Thanks, Melissa.
Yep,
Bye.
thank you. All right, bye.